What we up to now? Like 30-some guys in the last few days? It's crazy. I don't know. I just need some answers. Like, what is going on, man? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but I told myself I was gonna stop cursing. Um, it's a challenge. But what is going on? Like, I can't really wrap my head around it. What is it? 15 guys in the NBA that's unvaccinated?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, what's going on? It's interesting. I can't really wrap my head around it. I don't know. And then they said it was one Omicron. So what everybody else got? Yeah, I don't know. I just want some answers. Because it's interesting. More so just for my own personal knowledge. Not that it's going to do anything for me as far as basketball goes, but just for my own personal knowledge. I'm just curious.
But professionally, are you worried? I mean, about something happening?
I've done all I can do to protect against it. I'm not worried. I mean, they said get vaccinated, right? So I did that, and I got a booster shot. So if I'm supposed to worry, then why did they ask me to get those? So no, I'm not worried. If the vaccines are what they say they are, then I'm not worried. I've done all I can do.
Have you changed your behavior at all, become more cautious?
I wear my mask, but I'm not just going to sit in the hotel room either. Like, because again, I was told if you got vaccinated, then you can like live your life. And so I'm not an idiot, I'm not just going to like be reckless and go wherever and maskless. If I go like near a crowd of people, I wear my mask, and that's it. But again, I've done everything I can do. I didn't get vaccinated and a booster shot and all those things to not be able to live my life. Like, I've taken all the necessary precautions that was asked of me. I have, done just about everything. I've done everything they asked me to do. So I don't think that's going to lead me to sitting in my room. Now, however, we're having a great year, and I am aware of that, and I do know catching COVID can alter that. So I try to do what I can to not, but at the same time, I've taken all the precautions so I could live my normal life. And so I still try to live my normal life with a mask on. And maybe with a little more awareness of where you may or may not go. But for the most part, I like to live my life. And hope that I've done what was asked of me and that it's the right thing. I think, like I spoke about earlier in the year, he is much more of a playmaker than I thought. He makes all the right plays, or has all the right intentions. None of us make all the right plays, but he has all the right intentions. His shooting, the way he spaces the floor, it definitely opens the floor up in our offense. It gives us a different type of threat than we've had. And I thought that's been incredible. He stays ready, regardless of what the minutes may be. Day to day, he stays ready. He's a true professional and a great guy to have around, to be around. He's super funny, great teammate. He kind of has his Serbian sense of humor. It's a very particular sense of humor, but it's great. And we love him around here. So he's been great what he's added, but we want him to shoot more. We want him to shoot it. And if you're halfway open, shoot it. If you're just a tad bit open, shoot it. So just keep staring on him about shooting more, because we want him shooting shots. Like, we want you getting them up. And one thing I know about this place, nobody's complaining about you getting shots up. That just don't happen. So we want him shooting more.
Hey, Draymond, I think early in the season, you were fairly We're about 30 or so games into the season. I wonder what you think about them now. Are you playing defense any differently at all compared to last year?
I think due to the point of emphasis, our game is better. I enjoy watching NBA again. I'm not looking at 144 to 148 in a regulation game. Those high numbers weren't a product of great scorers, although we do have some great scorers in this league. Those high numbers was a product of a lot of people casting threes and a lot of people just knowing how to draw fouls. That's what the NBA was becoming. Who can draw fouls the best? So I think it's been great. I think it's improved our game. I think we're watching meaningful basketball now. I think we're putting a much better product out there on the floor.
Do you find yourself defending differently at all compared to last year?
No, I just defend. I don't really think too much about it other than what I'm trying to get done. Just defend. I've always been an aggressive defender, even when guys will hook you. I try to do what I do.
No, you go ahead. Thank you. Tuesday, obviously, was a beautiful celebration. I know there was a post-dinner. Are we done talking about it, or what's going on around the team now that you've had a couple days off?
No, I saw Steph this morning. I just gave him a hug. Because that's incredible. I don't think it'll be the topic of discussion like it was, but it's still floating around. And we need to carry that good juju anyway. That was an incredible moment. And so having it behind us, I think is great, but that's a memory. Like, you don't forget that. And, it's just like in any other thing in life. You discuss the memories you love and that you enjoy. And so I think that'll always continue to come up. But it's great to have it behind us and not worried about Steph getting the record anymore. Like, it's behind us. He accomplished it. It was amazing. I mean, incredible. That just the moment. Like, I'm not sure how long it lasted, but I felt like it was 20 minutes long. And that's how it should have felt, right? Like, but like I said before, I still, the New York Knicks organization gained a lot of respect from me, as did the NBA and whoever's running the commercial situation at Turner. Because it's a lot of moving parts that go into him having that long ceremony. Like, it's not just one person decide that ceremony is cool and then it happens. Like, it's a lot of stuff that got to be moved, commercial slots and all of these things that has to be moved for this situation to happen. And so kudos to all of those people that made that happen, because it was a special moment. It should have been special. It was even more special than I had imagined it being, because you just figure, like, you're on the road, like, they're going to maybe stop the game, everybody clap it up, and then you play. I didn't expect all of that. And so you hold on to that memory, and you talk about it, because it's a feel-good. It's one of those feel-good stories. Like, you feel great when you're speaking on that. You smile when you're speaking on that. So you want to bring that up. You don't want to just throw that to the side, especially an accomplishment like that. But it is behind us, and that is, I can only imagine how much pressure was on Steph each shot. Because I started feeling the pressure when he was shooting, like, So it's good.
Is it your Rolex?
No, not yet.
Did you go to the post-game dinner? Celebration?
No, I did not. I feel like Steph had a bunch of people in town. I had a bunch of people in town. Like, that's a moment for him to share with his family and his circle. So I had no intentions on going, because I don't think that moment was for me. I think that moment was for him to celebrate with his people, people that's been there even way longer than I've been there, and that was a great moment. We'll have our time to celebrate with him, but I thought that moment should have been for him, and I had no intentions on going.
Well, have you guys had a bad defensive game this year, in your opinion?
I think we've had some games where we weren't really that great. We weren't up to par. We weren't up to our standard. A terrible defensive, bad defensive game?
The numbers say not really.
Yeah, I know what the numbers say, but my naked eye says we definitely had a couple.
At least not, like you said, not terrible. You've had
No terrible ones. We've always been able to kind of figure it out throughout the course of the game at some point, put some good stretches together. I don't think we've just had laid a complete egg. But I do think there were some games that, we could have took a lot of stuff away that we didn't. But overall, I don't think we've had any terrible ones.
There was talk before the trip on picking spots for guys maybe to get some rest. As we sit here now, are you expecting to play Boston into
I've played all three of these? Yeah. Well, I'll for sure be playing 4, because I'm definitely playing tomorrow. And we'll go from there once that's over. But I know for sure I'll be 4 for 4. We'll see what happens in 5.
2 more games left on this trip. Players return possibly looming when you guys get home. Is the anticipation increasing at all?
No. I'm not going to get my hopes up to get let down. And I hope you don't either. Because to be quite honest with you, I know just as much about Clay's return as you do. And that's nothing. Like, we know he returning at some point, right? That's about all I know. And so, the same report you read like Christmas Day before Christmas Day is the same report I read. And that's kind of how it's going. So I just kind of stay here, stay focused, try not to anticipate that, try to let him work on his own terms. One thing I know about being hurt, and not hurt, not injured. I haven't really had many injuries. Been hurt. You start to feel the pressure of anticipation of everybody else around you in the circle when that starts to mount up. And the reality is I don't think he should feel that. I don't think that's fair to him, his process, his mental. He may not be ready tomorrow mentally, right? Like, his body can be great, but is he ready tomorrow mentally? He could not be. And so I don't want him to feel that anxiety and that pressure that I know comes with it when everybody's looking like, oh man, he about to be back. Like, hey Clay, you back yet? Like, that anxiety, it adds up and it weighs on you. And so, no, I'm not anticipating it at all. But I'm very excited about it. But when they set a date, I'll anticipate that date. But until then, I try to keep my hopes very even keeled.
Does the distance being on the road trip make that easier for you to compartmentalize?
Absolutely, because when you see him every day, he look good. And so when you see him every day, it's like, oh man, hey, Clay look good. And you watch him next time, like, yo, you see Clay? And so not being around him definitely helps. But the reality is then you're not around him for 7 days and you come back and he looks even better than he did a week ago. And then you're back like on edge. So I try to stay away from it.